As computers continue to become more powerful, as a general rule, there are more wasted resources. What do I mean by this? Go ahead and try this. In Windows, click Start, and then type Task Manager, and click on it when it comes up. If you're using Mac OS, hit Command and Spacebar, then type in Activity Monitor, and click on it when it comes up. Here you can see the amount of CPU, RAM, and disk being used. Note that the amount of disk being used is not how much you have stored, but rather how many IOPS, or input-output operations per second, we are sending or receiving from the disk compared to what we can handle. You will notice, if you watch, particularly on CPU and RAM, that we aren't using very much. In fact, the CPU is only working a small percentage of the time. Most of the time it sits idle. This is normal. Of course, if we perform a complex calculation, it might jump up, but most of the time it's just sitting there, doing nothing. So what happens if we decide to share a CPU? If it is most of the time not being used, couldn't two or more people share the same processor as a way of reducing costs? Why, yes, they can. That's the point of virtualization. Virtualization is an operating system feature that provides what is referred to as a hypervisor, which allows multiple operating systems to be run on the same piece of hardware. The hypervisor acts like a traffic cop, directing resources to the operating system, all of which think they are running on their own piece of hardware. We will examine this more in the future, but this technology is what powers much of the cloud.